Hey guys, this is ShellshockTony here with another video review. Well, it's St. Patrick's Day, and I got the green. What do you say we talk about Leprachaun? Now, as reviewed by the Nostalgia Critic and the Cinema Snob, that horror movie about a psychotic killer leprechaun that starred Jennifer Aniston was a stupid idea. The plot's ridiculous, the characters are morons, and it's a leprechaun. How can anybody think a leprechaun is scary? Believe it or not, it came with a sequel, Leprechaun 2. But I'm not going to review Leprechaun 2. Here's my brief summary about it. More morons. The damsel in distress is such a whore. There's no tie-in from the first movie, other than it's the same leprechaun who somehow survived. So yeah, thumbs down. So, but one of the Leprechaun movies I actually can sit down to, and I agree it's one of my favorite hate movies, is Leprechaun 3. Like the second movie, it has no tie-in from the previous movies, and it is just ridiculous. But I think, and of course, you can see from the few things why I picked this movie. So, I'm just going to torture myself, so let's review Leprechaun 3. So the movie begins in Las Vegas, which it really entirely takes place in. Las Vegas. Ah, yes. Gonna set my soul on fire. So then we go to this pawn shop in Las Vegas, where this guy gives the pawn owner a statue, the leprechaun, saying it is cursed with bad luck. Who could blame him? Okay, time out. In the first movie, they injected down his throat a 4-leaf clover, and then they lit the little sucker on fire, and he exploded. The second movie, his weakness was iron. I guess they ran out of 4-leaf clovers. But here, he got turned into a statue? This isn't good enough to be a scarecrow or a lawn ornament. So then he tells him not to take this amulet off, but of course, the pawn, why not being an idiot, takes it off, receives the pot of gold, the leprechaun comes to life, terrorizes him. So then we cut to our hero, played by Warwick Davis, named Scott, who is getting ready to go to college when he passes by Las Vegas. He stumbles across our damsel of the movie, named Tammy, played by Lee Armstrong. Yeah. These two are our only likable characters. Everyone else is a complete dick. Sorry to say. So then he gives Tammy a lift to the casino she works in. She's a assistant to a magician, and she tells him not to gamble, and of course he does. And of course we meet the rest of the morons of the movie. And we got this so-called magician, a worn-out whore, and a son of a gun owner. And yet you see the reason why I chose this. Because look at Tammy's outfit. Give me some hope of perfection. Okay, back to the movie. The pawn owner realizes it has this computer software of how to kill the leprechaun, that's amazing. I had it under the sea, living books before the internet, and now a book one on how to kill leprechauns. Oh yeah, and there's a magic amulet that the leprechaun's afraid of. Then of course the leprechaun's left alone with his gold, and he finds out, of course, there's one piece missing. And it also gives us information about leprechauns, like they're potato fanatics. So anyway, being a complete moron, the pawn owner tries to make business with the leprechaun by putting away the golden amulet and gets himself killed. Meanwhile, Scott gets broke after failed attempts because you see, the other side of Las Vegas, these gamblers are purse-grubbing pukes. So then he goes to the pawn shop, gets the misty coin, and it turns out the coin could grant one wish. So Scott wishes to be better at the casino, and he does. Anyway, but then they found out about the coin with his great luck, and he won back the money he got. The magician steals the coin. The leprechaun attacks Scott, and Scott finds out that he's turning into a leprechaun himself. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Time out. A leprechaun bites you, you become a leprechaun. Since when were leprechauns freaking Draculas? So then he gets this addiction to potatoes. The boss gets the coin, wishes that Tammy would love him, and we have some sexual content going on. Not appropriate for kids. Anyway, the horde steals the coin. I am not going with names because they're gonna die anyway. Anyway, the spell wears off. I guess the coin goes off with that, and like the wish wears off when the other person has a coin, the same coin, and Tammy gets fired, and then the boss owner makes out with a robotic version. The leprechaun kills the guy by making him make out with a robotic sex toy. Yeesh. So then Scott tries to talk to the boss, but then finds him dead, and Leprachaun attacks him again. And so then things get worse. Tammy notices something wrong with Scott, and then they take him to the hospital. But first, the horde turns himself into a beautiful woman, has the coin taken from her as well, but somehow doesn't wear off the wish. And then the magician wishes that he was the greatest magician in the world. The leprechaun then comes, turns the horde into a humanoid Daisy Duck before yeah, I had to shove it in my eyes too. So then they get to the hospital, and the doctors are not having any luck trying to help Scott and all, and he escapes, and then Tammy goes to the morgue where the leprechaun traps her onto a belt.
Let me go, you son of a bitch! Oh, now that's no way to speak about me, mother. Bless her greedy soul.
Best comeback ever if someone calls you a son of a... Not way to talk to my mom that way. So Scott comes and... What the hell just happened?
Tragic.
He just yelled and it released Tammy? What, did he just go Majin Buu all of a sudden? Let me out!
Now where's the cock of gold?
I hate this movie. So anyway, she finds out that the medallion has the ability to...
What? No, big dear. You shall not pass.
to repel the leprechaun.
How can you say that?
Well, because I forgot to mention, they stopped by the pawn shop, then stopped by the hospital. But anyway, now that we're back on track, the leprechaun steals the show from the magician and literally saws him in half. And then, while everyone's running for their lives, Scott and Tammy try to find the coin. They find it, and
No wish for you, darling. Now I'll peel you like a grape.
dude! Wait. Go ahead and strip her some more.
Hold it! No.
Ah, now I'm sad. So then he tries the one. Leprechaun tries to lure him with the gold.
There it is.
Okay, if a psychotic killer leprechaun tried to kill you and then tried to offer you gold, would you accept? I sure as hell wouldn't. So then, look, he destroys the gold because that kills the leprechaun. And then he's reverted back to normal. And
You're back. I found this. What do you think? We could have just about anything we want.
well, they could either sell it or keep it and try to hope they're in the sequel this time.
It's your call.
I don't know. I think I have everything I want.
You know something, sweetheart? This could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
And that was Leprechaun 3. How's it hold up? Well, it's a pathetic movie. And yet, of course, it's not every day you get to see somebody in a pretty good leather lingerie or whatever you call it. But yeah, it's like the first and second movies. The plot's ridiculous, the characters are morons, and it's a leprechaun. How could you take a leprechaun and make him be really, really scary? That's stupid. Okay, why don't we make psychotic Care Bears or psychotic Easter bunnies? Okay. One thing you should know about holidays. The only thing that should last in all of them is the alcohol. Not horror, alcohol. Let this be a lesson to you. Holidays equal alcohol, not horror. Well, happy St. Patrick's Day, and ShellshockTony's out.
Want me gold? Now!
I got another leprechaun. Time to go leprechaun hunting.
Now where's the cock-up go?
Say hello to my little friend that has a little 4-leaf clover. The sucker.
I hate this movie.